Hi guys, it's Kasha. Welcome to the channel, to the Wonderland. It is again coffee time, and today I have a very special top 5 for you. There is a top 5 Wednesday group at Goodreads, so I'm gonna leave the link down below together with the link of the channel of the creator of this group. So today's topic, it is 5 favorite villains, and there are many villains that I like because I love villains, so I tried to give a good mix of villains. And also because of the topic of this video, today I have my Negan mug for my coffee. Negan, I know a lot of people might hate because he was not very nice to some people's favorite Walking Dead characters, but I love the character of Negan, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan makes such a great job with the character that you just have to love him. Alright, let's start talking about our first villain, and our first villain is Count Olaf from A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. So we've got this villain already played by Jim Carrey and also Neil Patrick's, together with the Netflix guys, have made an amazing TV series, and I love it so much. I love the new approach that they did to the series. But this is not the topic of this video. This video is about the figure of the villain, and Count Olaf is supposed to be a distant relative from the Baudelaires, but it is discussable, you know. It's not really 100% sure that he is. Maybe he's just pretending, because the Baudelaires are 3 orphans and their parents died, and this guy pretends to be their uncle that they have never heard from, and basically all that he wants is their money. But they also is very miserable to these kids and very evil. And I love the way that Neil Patrick is playing this character, because the way that he is kind of disgusting and horrifying in another level, I just love it. And he is a great villain, and if you have not checked out the Netflix series, I really recommend him to you because I really enjoy them. Then actually, from a book that I finished reading not long ago, comes one of my favorite villains from now on, and that is from Vicious by B.E. Schwab. We have Ellie, and actually I could put Ellie and Victor in this video because we are all the time thinking, are they good, are they evil, what's going on? And I absolutely love that. I love the chemistry between the characters, but if I have to choose a villain, I think Ellie is the real villain in the story. They're both roommates at Lockland University, and Ellie decides that for his project he wants to study the extraordinary people that have extraordinary abilities or powers. And it gets a little bit out of hand when Ellie together with Victor start kind of pushing the boundaries between life and death, because Ellie thinks people get these extraordinary abilities when they have a near-death experience. And throughout the book you kind of like Ellie, but you also despise him as a villain, and I love this kind of love-hate relationship that I had with the character, and I just loved him as a villain. It was so believable, and I just loved his personality. And if you have not read Vicious by B.E. Schwab, I totally recommend this to you. Of course, I had to include here a villain from Stephen King's stories, and I just could not help myself. I wanted to pick another one, not to be so obvious, but I had to take it because he is what I really love. And why do I love it so much? Because it is an entity. He is not Pennywise. Pennywise is one of his faces. We have sort of an alien, sort of like an entity that has been on the planet for billions and billions of years, and it is kind of like a shapeshifter, and depending on the situation it can take different kind of forms. Like, you know, if you're scared of spiders, it will turn into a spider. If you're scared of werewolves, it will turn into a werewolf. And because most children are scared about clowns, then he decides to take a lot the personality that is Pennywise the dancing clown, but that is only one of the million faces of it. But basically it is like a non-corporeal entity. It's kind of like this combination of 3 lights, and as you can see here in this picture, this is what we see when Beverly is being kind of taken by Pennywise, and she sees that before she passes out, because that is actually the form from it. And I love that this guy is this like alien entity from another planet that has been here for billions of years. It can take any shape and form just to scare you, depending on what you're scared of. And on the book you get to see a lot more of that, because in the movie they really focus on Pennywise, even though they give hints here and there to the other characters. But in the book you get to experience so much from the character, and it's definitely one of my favorite villains. Then we go to a more realistic villain, and in this case we have Patrick Susskind's The Perfume. And I remember when I read this book I was kind of shocked about the story, and then I also watched the movie, which I did like. And you know, I always have this kind of attraction to characters that have like really weird fetishes in a way, and that the way they do their crimes is so different from any other one. And I love when we have a character that is like this murderer, this criminal that has, you know, such a specific way of killing or sort of fetish that it's just like, I don't know, I just love to read about these things. So we are here in 18th century France, and we follow an apprentice, and this guy has no body odor, he has no scent. So his goal in life is to make a perfume that smells exactly like other people, so he can wear it and feel like he belongs. So it's one of those outsider weirdos that turns into a murderer. So basically he works in this company that produces perfumes and helps with the process. And if you are not familiar with the book, you might want to skip a little bit, because I'm gonna tell you what he does. So basically he kidnaps, murders women, young women, and he puts them like in a tank, and then he collects the smell from them, and he makes perfume from their dead bodies. Yeah, that's what he does, and it is very disturbing, but I'm totally fascinating about the story. So for the last character I decided to pick something that maybe not everybody has known of, and that is the book Battle Royale by Koshun Takami. Now first I watched the movie and then I read the book, because the movie, it is by Takeshi Kitano, whom I adore his movies. And what can I say, I love the kind of situations, you know, in books and movies, etc., where people are put somewhere and they need to kill each other to survive. Don't ask me why, that entertains me and I really like it. And that's why I loved Battle Royale so much, also because it is based in Japan and I love it. And there is a villain here, which is kind of like the loner guy that ends up being like the antagonist in a way, even though the antagonist here in this story would also be the government. So let me introduce you to Battle Royale. Basically we live in a world where we are overpopulated, something that could happen. And they decide that every year they're gonna select one class from one school in Japan and send it to an island and make them play a game called Battle Royale. So basically they give you a bag with one item that you can use as a weapon, and this could be anything, like from a real weapon like a sword or a gun, but you can also get something as stupid as the lid from a pot in the kitchen. You just gotta work with that. So the goal here is to kill everybody and be the only survivor, because there can only be one survivor. All the students have this kind of collar on their neck, and by the end of the Battle Royale, if there is more than one survivor, the collars go off and the heads explode. Also, if you go against the rules, try to escape, try to take it off, etc., it also explodes. So this is basically how the story starts, and I'm already hooked. Our second antagonist and my villain is Kazuo Kiriyama. And why do I like this guy so much? Because this guy is an exchange student and he didn't have to participate into this program. He's doing it willingly because he wants to go there and kill people, and enjoys all of this. And I love this. I love the premise that this guy goes there and be like, I'm gonna do it, I want to go and kill people, I don't have to, I'm just gonna do it, you know, like the kind of rebel cool guy. I don't know, there was something about this character that really attracted me, and I really enjoyed to see how he just wanted to be there for the killing. And I just really loved the movie as well as the book. Alright you guys, so these are 5 villains that I like in books. Let me know down below which other ones would you add to the list. Thanks so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up for support, subscribe to the channel, all my other social media is listed down below, and I hope to see you all guys in the next coffee time. Bye!